Big up to everyone. What is happening? TRP, the Liverpool Prophet, back again with another match reaction. Again, another relatively positive match reaction. Liverpool 3, Brighton nil. We beat Brighton at Anfield to advance to the fifth round of the FA Cup. Can't complain. Job done. Due to the next round, we move, we keep it rolling. And a relatively solid performance too. So we'll talk about all of that, people. Before we get into the match reaction, do drop a like on the video if you're new to the channel and haven't already done so. Do sub to the channel as well, people. Only 10 subs away from 650, so if you can sub, much appreciated. And of course, get down below in the comments and let me know your thoughts and opinions on today's game. Having said all of that, people, let's just waste no more time and get straight into the match reaction. So, Liverpool 3, Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton and Hove Albion, not Albion, sorry. Should I say nil? Again, a comfortable evening at Anfield. A comfortable evening at Anfield for the Reds and for Liverpool. I guess we'll start with the game. Well, how else are we going to start? It's going to be with the game, right? I think the first half, Liverpool were. I'd say we edged being the better side, should I say? I felt Brighton started the game off brightly. They started the game off bright in a good manner. For the first 10 to 20 minutes, they had about 75% of the ball at Anfield. I felt personally looking at it, I felt like we were getting dominated. We couldn't really get a foothold in the game, and especially us being at home as well. I didn't really like that. I didn't really like seeing us like that. But it's happened a couple of times this season. It takes us a while to get into the rhythm of the game. Sometimes it takes us a while to start controlling the game, getting on the ball, playing it around a bit. I've noticed it. We're a little bit slow out of the blocks at times, home and away. And I felt like today was one of those occasions. Brighton started off very, very well. And I thought it'd be a tougher game. I'll be honest. I thought it'd be a much, much tougher game today. Brighton not a bad team. I'd love to say I know what their lineup was, but I don't know what their lineup was off the top of my head. So I'm not sure if they went with a strong team or if they went with a weaker side themselves. Us, relatively strong. The only one I don't really get is Alisson starting the game. Alisson started the game over Mohamed a little bit odd because I was sure Mohamed would start this game and he'd get a start, but by the looks of it, no, the manager went with Alisson again instead. A bit of a risk because we know Alisson is injury prone at times, so the last thing you really want is to play him in this game and then he gets himself injured. So that's a problem. That was definitely a problem. I wasn't really happy about that. Other than that, people, I've got to be honest. The team was how I expected it. I didn't see much changes. I thought again Liverpool were we went relatively strong. We had to go relatively strong. Let's be honest. We couldn't exactly just play a weaker side because if we did play a weaker side and we get knocked out, what's going to happen? Noise is going to start again. Press is going to come on, and we are going to look like mugs. So we went with a relatively strong side. I can't really speak for Brighton's behalf because I didn't look at their lineup, and I still to now I don't know what type of lineup they played. So if they played a strong one and still lost, cool. We also played a strong one. But yeah, I felt for the first 20 minutes they were really dominating us. But then once we got a foothold in the game, once we grew into the game, I felt we were much better for the rest of that half. Again, the possession was 75% to them, 25% to us. Came right the way down because we started to get a foothold. And then once we started to get a foothold, I felt we started dominating a bit more as well. The first half, I think we shaded it. I think we were slightly the better team. Slightly. I say slightly because that's what I really believe. We were slightly the better team. Brighton were also good. They had chances. They did have one or two chances. I think Alisson was forced into a couple of good saves himself. And he came good when he was called upon. Let's be honest. Alisson, off the top of my head, made about four. Apologies for that, people. Made about 4 saves tonight. So whenever he was called upon, he did his job and remained the wall that he is. They had chances, but again, I noticed it with Brighton a lot. And I noticed it when we played them in the league about a month ago, 2 months ago now exactly. They're a good side. They play exciting football. They have a good up-and-coming young manager as well. But the quality they have at times it doesn't work. Their style of football doesn't work against big clubs. So when you want to play out from the back and be this possession-based team against the big clubs, you're going to get found out because the quality the big clubs usually have will swarm all over you. So when you play out from the back against a big club, chances are their attackers will press, nick the ball, and it's a goal, and you've screwed up. So with Brighton, again, I feel you add some more quality to their team, they can be a real formidable foe. But again, today they have chances, but again, it looks to be like their strikers just are not clinical strikers. First half, again, both teams were good, but I think we shaded it after about the 20-minute mark. Gakpo scored in the first half, so he opened up the scoring. Before that, we had scored as well, but it was ruled out for offside, unfortunately. Can't really argue with the offside. But yeah, Gakpo opened up the scoring. I'm not gonna sit here and criticize Gakpo. I'm not gonna be one of those players that hates on him no matter what. Today he scored and it was a good goal too. So I will big Cody Gakpo up. I'll big him up and give him his props. Again, scored, opened the scoring, can't really complain about it. Second half again, I felt Brighton kind of went into a little bit of a sell. We dominated the second half, in my opinion. Shout out to Mohamed Salah today, by the way, people. Again, like I said, I criticised Mohamed Salah a lot on this channel. Liverpool fans have criticised Mohamed Salah a lot in general for the season he's had, for the performances he's put in. But today, I thought Mohamed Salah had a relatively good performance. He only scored one goal, but he got a lovely assist for the second goal that we scored, which I'll touch on in a minute. And again, he was involved in a lot of our all-around play. I'd like to see that. If Mohamed Salah doesn't score, I'd like to see him at least be involved in the game, involved in our all-around play, or get an assist. If he doesn't score, I can take it as long as he does those two things. And if he scores, he doesn't have to do those two things. I just want him to be involved in games. I want to sit there and say, you know what? He didn't score, but he had a good game. And I haven't been able to do that this season because he's ghosted in most of his games. He hasn't scored, hasn't been involved in our play, and hasn't even got an assist. So I haven't been able to give him props this year. But today, he scored. Granted, it was a penalty. By the way, it was a stonewall penalty. Don't think anyone could really argue against it. But he scored, got himself an assist, and again was involved in Liverpool's all-around play. A lot more involved today, a lot more like the Mohamed Salah of old. It doesn't change my opinion on him. I still think Mohamed Salah's best days are behind him, and it's probably going to be best to move him on into summer. But that doesn't mean we can't enjoy these last couple of months that we have with him. Of course we can. And if he can put in more performances like that, happy days for the rest of the season. But today he was good. Again, the second goal, a lovely assist to Dominic Szoboszlai. Dominic Szoboszlai again, stepping up with another goal for Liverpool. The guy is going on a good goal scoring run at the moment. I'm happy for Szoboszlai. Such a good player. Been our best player this season, bar none. And again, stepped up with a goal, and I'm happy. So he made it 2-0. And from there, the game was over because I don't think anyone really felt that Brighton were a danger or they were going to get back into the game. They did have one or two chances, like I said, but when they did, Alisson was there to stop them. Other than that, Liverpool were great. A really solid performance. Defensively good as well. Konate and Virgil solid. Kirkes as well. Jones at right back, I felt had a good game. Very unpredictable because he's not a natural right back. It throws players off because he makes certain runs that a regular right back wouldn't. So I felt Jones was relatively good at right back. Midfield was relatively good. And I felt the attack was good as well. Like I said, Salah good. Gakpo, again, scored, so can't say nothing. I think Chiesa was good as well. While he didn't really get involved in the game as much as I would have hoped or got a goal, I felt he was good. So I'm happy there as well. And Rio and Gomorrah got some minutes today. Rio and Gomorrah came on off the bench. Scored a goal as well to make it 4-0. I'm gutted for the kid because he deserved that goal to stand, but it was ruled out for offside. I don't think you can argue with it either. So, again, gutted for Rio, but I'm glad he got a chance to, albeit it wasn't for much of the game, but again, I'm glad the manager, for once, gave a youngster a chance because he doesn't do that often. But again, I expected a much tougher game. Brighton, in the last round, literally went away to Old Trafford and won 2-1. I thought they'd put up a much stronger fight in this game and make it a lot harder, but no, they didn't. And that's twice that we played Brighton this season, and I thought they'd make it hard for us, but they've made it relatively easy. Scoreline doesn't lie, 3-0, comfortable win. And we move to the next round. Who we play next, we will see. But the main thing is we're through. Like I said in my preview, we have to take this competition seriously. No excuses for me. Have to take it seriously. We're not going to win the Premier League. We're not going to win the Carabao Cup. We're out of those two competitions. Well, we're not out of the Premier League, but we're out of the title race, if you know what I'm saying. So we're not going to win those two competitions. The Champions League is a long shot. We can win it, but I don't trust us to win it. So, for me, in my opinion, as much as I hate to admit it, and as much as this won't be enough to save Stott's job, I would like us to win the FA Cup because, like I said, cannot spend 400 million and go trophyless. That would be a disaster. So we have to take this competition seriously. And I'm glad the manager saw that too with his starting lineup, with the lineup he started. He saw that, he took the game seriously, and we won comfortably. He seems to have learnt his lesson from the Carabao Cup game. And it seems now that he knows that he's under pressure, he's doing the right thing instead of being stupid. Again, against Palace, played a weak team, disrespected the competition, disrespected the opponent, and we went out. He cannot afford to do that again, because if we got at this FA Cup, we're screwed, because we're not going to be winning the Champions League most likely, and we're not going to be winning the Carabao Cup or the Premier League. So this competition, I look at it and I feel, yes, it's our only real chance at silverware, which sucks to say, because at the beginning of the season, I was talking about retaining the league, going deep into UCL, and doing well in both domestic competitions. Fast forward a couple months later, halfway through the season, or past halfway through the season, actually, I'm talking about an FA Cup. But I'm not picky. At the beginning of the season, everyone's aim is to win a trophy. And if we win the FA Cup, yes, it won't be amazing. Yes, it won't feel as good as a Premier League or Champions League, but it is a trophy nonetheless, and it does add to our collection. So hopefully we win this competition. But even if we win it, it won't be enough to save Slot's job. It won't be, because with the money we spent, the owners will probably agree as well. That wasn't spent just to win an FA Cup. But yeah, people, other than that, I can't complain about the game. I expected a tougher game. I ended up seeing Liverpool win the game with relative ease. Good performances all around. Mohamed Salah, stand out. Defensively, very good. Alisson, very good. I'm glad as well for Alisson. Had a very shaky game against City. Cost us 2 goals. Well, 1 goal really. Other was ruled out. Against Sunderland midweek, felt he was solid. Got himself a clean sheet. And again today, defensively, we helped get Alisson a clean sheet. And a couple of times he was called upon to make saves. He did that as well. So glad to see Alisson putting the City game behind him and have 2 good games back-to-back, Sunderland and Brighton. I wouldn't have started him till today. I would have started Mohamedashvili, but whatever. The manager decided to go strong and it paid off because we won the game. And no injuries as well, which is a big plus. And yeah, advanced to the 5th round. We'll see who we get next. And we go. Back-to-back wins, Sunderland and Brighton. We now go on to the league game next weekend, which is against... Who are we playing in the league next week? Is it West Ham at home we play next week? I can't remember off the top of my head. But we go into the game. We now have a bit of an easy run coming up. So we should be getting a couple more points and wins on the board in the Premier League as well. But I'm happy with today. I can't complain. I can't sit here and be negative, which I usually am. The performance was good. The win was good. A couple of players stood out as well. Salah, in particular, I'm happy that he actually was involved in the game for once and had a good performance. Other than that, relatively good, man. I guess Brighton beating Manchester United in the last round was pointless because they just go out to us in this round. Just goes to show how bad Manchester United were at that moment in time. But yeah, other than that, people, that is it for today's match reaction. We beat Brighton 3-0, advanced to the 5th round. Solid performance. Can't really say nothing much. I'm going to head off now, people. I'll be back tomorrow with my match review for this game. So stay tuned. That'll drop tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon, depending on how I'm feeling. Other than that, on your way out, do drop a like on the video. Do sub to the channel if you can do so. Only 10 subs away from 650. So if you can sub, much appreciated. Do, of course, get down below in the comments to let me know your thoughts and opinions on today's win and performance. Interested to hear what you guys think. And yeah, having said all of that, I am out, people. Stay tuned for the match review dropping tomorrow. Other than that, Liverpool profit out. Big up to you guys. Peace. Speak to you all soon. Bye for now. Up the Reds. Let's go.